Today, running a little late with this one. Normally I would have done my video by now, but I cannot not do one. So I'm going to quickly pop in today. It's not going to be a very long one today, but I am going to talk a little bit more about happiness. Last week I did speak a fair bit about it, but I spoke it mainly in relation to food. So I want to give you guys a few other sort of more lifestyle things that you can do to help bring some of that happiness and joy back into your lives. So our first one is get outside. Vitamin D, the sun, is an absolutely great way to feel a little bit more happiness. It is totally free way to do it, but unfortunately, it's not that easy. 50% of people in New South Wales, 50% of women in New South Wales don't get the required amount of vitamin D that they need. And most people, when they get tested, are actually low on this vitamin, which most people would think, hey, we live in Australia, it's sunny all the time, you would have enormous amounts of vitamin D. That is actually, unfortunately, not true. I recently had mine tested and I was low. And when I think about it, like, I get outside a lot, I walk a lot, I would have thought that I actually would have quite good levels. When I really think about it, I spend a lot of time indoors, particularly when I'm at uni, during that middle part of the day. Now that is the best time to be able to get our vitamin D. As Australians, we do tend to cover up in the sun because it can definitely be damaging to us. But if we're spending time about 15 minutes a day in between that 10 and 3 o'clock, it's enough to be able to boost our vitamin D up, make sure our arms are exposed, our legs are exposed. If you can get some on your tummy, it's really good too. You want like lots of big areas to be able to suck in all that vitamin D. It can really help and it won't affect us with our sun exposure. Vitamin D is extremely important for brain development and function. It's been known to be a happy hormone. There's been literature reviews done on its direct link to happiness, and they are a little bit mixed in terms of the outcomes at the moment. So they've actually been doing clinical trials on how vitamin D in particular can affect our moods. Particularly things like they're literally using sun therapy with people with depressive tendencies. So stay tuned with that one. When we're outside, it's also fresh air. Fresh air goes a long way to boosting our happiness. So you're basically getting a double whammy. We're outside, we get the fresh air, we're getting the sun. And I know when I've had a chance to be outside, I definitely feel a lot better during the day. Because we're coming into summer and we're talking about being outside, we have to talk about exercise, especially in Australia. We are outside all the time, down at the beach, in the park playing cricket, that kind of lifestyle. Now, I'm not talking about the smash yourself kind of exercise. You just really need to get moving. You need to do something that lights you up and definitely that involves a bit of play. In a study that was conducted, and I absolutely love this study. So there was 3 different groups all being treated for depression. One was done through medication, one was done through exercise, and one through a combination of both exercise and medication. Now, after the first initial part of the study, all groups were very similar on the terms of their increase in happiness. So they were all tracking relatively evenly. When they did a follow-up around that 6-month mark, the group that was on the medication, 38% of them had relapsed to where they were before they started the therapy. 31% had relapsed out of the group that did the combination of exercise and medication, so definitely some improvements. But amazingly, only 9% had relapsed for the people that were doing the exercise. So I just think that's like a great way sort of to be able to, what else do you need to be able to get up and go and exercise with results like that? Exercise basically increases your brain power, and even if you don't lose weight from doing it, it really has some great improvements on overall body image. You know that your body can start to do more. It's just a great general uplifting feeling. Opposite to that, we need our sleep. Whilst we sleep, our body recovers and repairs itself from the day. It helps us focus, it helps us be more productive. There are numerous studies in how sleep affects our general mood. A few particular ones that I know of, there's one where it can basically affect how, like, our reflection of pleasant and negative emotions during the day, so how we perceive those, how we look at those in other people. It's also a sensitivity to negative emotions like anger and fear. So if we haven't slept as much, we definitely are a little bit more sensitive to those. In the morning, if we actually wake up happier, we tend to take that happiness with us during the day, and vice versa. So we wake up and we haven't necessarily slept that well, we tend to take that mood in with us during the day. So how well we sleep and how long we sleep definitely has some huge effects on our moods. And I know I did speak about food last week, but I do really want to just stress how important it is to eat adequately. So I'm not talking about necessarily the types of food, but it's more about the calorie restrictions. Calorie restriction is nutrient restrictions. Food equals nutrients. We need those nutrients. Like I said last week, they do so many different functions for our bodies. Now again, choose whole foods. Choose meats that's hormones and antibiotics free if you can, and fruit and veggies that don't have too many pesticides on them. Fresh food doesn't actually take that long to prep. So again, if you need help in this area, please seek it. There are plenty of places available to be able to go and get some quick dinners. I have some great quick dinners over on the Nourishing Way. So if you head over to the website, there's some great dinners on there if you need some inspiration. And of course, they are packed with lots of vegetables. Make sure you're getting plenty of good fat intake too. Our hormones, and particularly some of those vitamins like our vitamin D I was talking about from the sun, vitamin A, vitamin K, all need fat to do their things. If you are not having enough fat, it means hormones, it means these vitamins, they can't do what they're meant to do, and they can't get to the places that they need to get to. So good sources of fats are olive oil, butter, nuts, seeds, avocado. So look at putting lots of those into your diet. Now we need to avoid some of the depressive stuff. I'm probably about to become a little unpopular here, but alcohol is a nervous system depressant. And caffeine, it does build you up, but it can also knock you down. And for some people, it does increase anxiety and insomnia. And like I said before, sleep is highly important. So really need to be mindful of how alcohol and how caffeine affects you. Now, we're all different. All these different foods are going to affect us in different ways. So please pay attention to yourselves. A food mood diary is great for something like this if you're wanting to get into touch with how different things make you feel. A great example is today, I was out for breakfast with my sister, had some beautiful, yummy avocado on toast, sourdough. It was topped with seeds and nuts and some fennel and stuff. That was absolutely beautiful. Now, I can be a little bit sensitive to gluten, but generally I find sourdough is okay. Unfortunately, today I had 2 slices. I generally would have 1. Now, that second slice has absolutely knocked me. Probably why this is running so late, because I haven't been that productive today. I've been tired and I've been lethargic. Now, I could have just put that down to how I was feeling, but I know that I got up this morning, I was full of energy, and I've had that and it's affected me. So now I will know, I will just take that on board, and in future, just keep to my 1 slice. So it's not about going without, it's just about realizing how it makes me feel and then just adjusting accordingly. So that pretty much wraps my overview in little things that you can do to bring joy back into your life. I think I will dive a bit deeper into some of these topics, especially things like sleep and the exercise and stuff like that, rather than always talking about food, because I think these things are hugely important in having a very nourishing life. So in the meantime, between my videos, if you want more from The Nourishing Way, head over to the website, thenourishingway.com.au. You can subscribe over there, which gives you first look at the recipes I develop. You get first access to the blogs, any new things that are coming up, and you also get a little insight in what I will be providing in these videos coming up. Enjoy your weekend, guys, and I will speak to you next week. Have a good one.